Hey, what's up, Salt Casters? We had GarrettG on the podcast this week. Incredible conversation. The guy's an absolute legend. He's been to every RLCS LAN, 100% LAN boy, and the king of Team Demo Ranked. Always been chosen to team in Team Demo Ranked. As you'll see in this episode, that part is very interesting. And I also may have convinced him into a SMUG match versus Turbo. History will decide whether or not that actually happens. But welcome to the show, GarrettG. What are you salty about?
What am I salty about? Playing online for a year straight. That's what I'm salty about.
Fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you say that, I think I'm surprised. I don't think anyone has actually said that, like, as an answer to that question, Matt, have they? That's never been the go-to.
No. And in fact, most people have felt like it's like a weird question, and they don't really.
Oh yeah, some people are like, "What do you mean? I'm not salty about anything."
Yeah,
no,
chill. Get off.
I can't stand playing online, so that's what came to mind really quick.
Yeah, it's a good point. I got to ask as well. How long have you had the Christmas tree up in the corner?
1 day. I just moved. I just bought a house, so this is why it's so.
Oh, no way!
I have the most decorations I've ever had in a room. With the flag
man.
and 3 pictures, but yeah, that's why it's a little bit empty right now.
That's hype. Where are you at now? Are you still in Atlanta?
No, I'm a few hours outside of Atlanta in Augusta. I'm still near my family and stuff.
Near family.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a family person. I can't go very long anymore. So.
Congrats on the house, though. That's amazing.
No, thank you.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's
you can't wait to leave it and go to a LAN. You can't wait to get out of there.
Yeah, of course. I can't wait. It's been, I don't know. Sometimes I forget I'm a pro player because I haven't done anything in so long, and we just came off a year of. I guess that was probably the most packed year we'd had, and just shut off to nothing. So that
last
year
year was
weird.
Pretty insane with a whole bunch of the DreamHack Circle was really cool. There was
it was awesome
Summit event which he won. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on, and now this is just very quiet. What's the grind like so far with probably the most RLCS game? Well, by far the most RLCS related games ever, but it's all online, like you said.
I actually don't mind it. I know we do have a problem with some people get burnt out. I personally love it because I'm bored and I don't do anything. Like I say I hate playing online, but I love playing in general, so I don't mind it. I mean, I like having. I think the weekly grid was a little bit too much. I like this four grid format for the whole split, but I like having a lot of RLCS events. I mean, I think we've played probably 10 times the amount of games we played last season. So, yeah.
What about the grid format with the group stage? Because Astral, he was totally messing around in the group stage for EU. He was telling us last week that he was just trying new stuff. But it's obviously to watch your guys' group stage matches because we're never Space Station are never in the same group as NRG. What's that like? Do you guys just treat that experimental?
I honestly really do not like this grid format. I like the 4 grids a split, but I don't like the. I don't personally like the point. Like I want to say pointless. You still get points for winning a match, but I don't like the no one gets eliminated whole day of group stage. It's good practice, but it's like, it feels kind of. We have to snap everybody into focus because it's kind of you're going to be in the playoffs no matter what. But yeah, we tried some new stuff. Honestly, yesterday Justin was just DCing every minute. So
the laptop, Justin.
Oh no!
No, he was on his PC, but there's something wrong with his computer. We thought it was his internet at his old place. And no, it's his computer.
What was the laptop Justin picture on Twitter about? I saw that.
It was a little bit of a joke, but he was playing on the laptop for a couple of days, like a day or two. So, but he got the PC in time. Nice. But he almost switched back because of the DCing. But.
All right, before we change from grid, I want to ask, what do you think of my format suggestion? You're allowed to roast this if you think it's trash. But I reckon what would be pretty cool for grid is like a giant league. So, basically like how NBA is, everybody just plays each other a bunch of times throughout the season. And then, I don't know, I guess there could be playoffs at the end if they wanted. But that I can see the reason why I think the grid has been done like this, and I am speculating here, is because they want all the orgs to be able to have a big stream so nobody gets eliminated immediately. But I think a good way to do that would be just have a gigantic 16-team league. Since league play has gone from RLCSX, it's kind of opened the door for that. What do you reckon?
So what would you do? You just play a couple matches a week?
Maybe I guess 3 if that's the length of grid stream that they're wanting, because that seems to be the the length that what they're going for with the overtime RLCS Rocket League channel stream. So maybe just, I guess, 3 matches a week or something.
I mean, I think the players are probably like that more. I know some people don't like the whole, the week. I think the weekly one was a lot worse, but playing an entire bracket, like if you made it to the finals and you had a long best of 7, and then the next day you have RLCS, it's kind of like, dude, we just, absolutely sweated for this entire bracket, and then, truly it kind of doesn't matter, and then now this matters. But I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I personally actually want to do the field, and that kind of reminds me of the field a little bit, except more scheduled, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It'd be cool with the playoffs at the end too, if they want to still have that major spot. It's just whoever wins the playoffs gets the buy-in. Which
True. Didn't think of that, but I love that as well. Makes it even better. I'm going to steal that for my idea.
It would still reward consistency, but then you still have to pop off at the end. So I think it'd be need to work for Sonics.
Yeah,
that idea.
Matt, do you remember back in the day, Marky Duda would play Mocket 2's tournaments, and he would always tell us about how they've gone. He would play Mocket 2v2 tournaments with different people, and then he would give us the verdict on how they played afterwards, after he'd won the entire tournament.
I was one of those people, and the verdict wasn't good. But then,
likewise. Yeah, you did play with you one time, Garrett.
I remember I was so nervous because I got hosted by Kronovi when I was streaming, and I was I was so nervous the entire time. I remember that though. I don't think did we win? I don't think
you won. Yeah, you won.
Did win? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that I remember because Marky was very impressed. Did he tell you the same thing, Matt? Like he was very impressed with Garrett. He thought he was going to be another, like, I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, but it would have been something similar to this. He said something like he's expecting another no-brain NA player, but Garrett's actually really smart. That's what he told me. So what? Yeah, you're nervous. What was your kind of stance in your aspirations to be a Rocket League pro? Because it was very limited back then what you could actually do as a Rocket League pro. What were you focusing on back then?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about, I want to be a pro. I just was super addicted to the game, and I liked I felt like I got good at it pretty quick, and I did like to beat pros. Like that's what I would, shamefully I would watch people's streams and snipe them, and
you're a stream sniper.
Of course I was. I was 14 at the time.
Who do you stream snipe? Who were you sniping?
Back then, it was just like Kronovi and probably Latch a little bit, and just whoever was live. I couldn't really snipe the EU players that much because.
How long did Rocket League exist before you were technically a pro, though? Like, you were so good early. I mean, the first RLCS for sure. After that point, I think everybody in your book, in everybody's book, you're a pro.
So so I got the game when it came out because I saw, Soda Pop and all them playing, and I was like, dang, this game sucks. So I didn't touch it for a couple months. And then, it's a long time ago, so it's kind of, it's kind of hazy a little bit. But I remember watching a Kronovi montage.
Yes.
A few months later, and I was like, holy crap, you can fly and do all this. It was just like aerial shots at that point, but I was like, holy crap, this is sick. So that's why I got addicted to it because I didn't know there was at first it just seemed like a little mini game, like you drive around and hit the ball, but there's all these like insane mechanics that you can learn. So that's why I got addicted to it. So I started playing I want to say like October, like Halloween, October, November-ish, the year it came out. So that was only a few months. I wasn't that far behind. And then coming into RLCS, we were ranked like 9th or 10th. So like we weren't even supposed to be in league play. And then so the qualifier, sorry I'm talking too much about this, but the qualifier was 2 weeks long. I remember the first week was, you should make it through that no problem, even though it was best of 3, which was, I can't believe they did best of 3. But so we made it to like, the top 128 or something like that. And there was I forgot what it's called. It was Rocket League Central on like Friday. It was their weekly tournament. I forgot what it's called. Rocket Royale or monthly tournament, whatever it was. And we beat High by Power somehow. We were the first NA team to do that. So we went into the qualifier with like a bunch of momentum. I think we even beat Flipside. We beat Flipside and Mocket, and we were Vex at the time, which was very weird. Like that, it made no sense.
It was you, Turtle, and Moses, right?
It was J-Raw at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it was J-Raw. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, we made it a mid-season change actually when they were allowed. That which was a bunch of drama. It was awful. I got threatened to be sued by a 4-year-old when I was 15. That was interesting. But we can talk about that a little bit.
For benching him.
Well, he messed up. So basically, so we qualified through the lowers. Game 3, like overtime versus GarrettG. Turtle carried me to the qualifier. I remember that. But so we had talked to our owner about making a change because he just wasn't. We wanted a better player. So I liked the guy, but it was just like we wanted a new player. It's
a business, yeah.
yeah. It was a business move. So we had talked to the owner, and he agreed. And I was like, okay, well, don't tell him yet because I want to tell him myself because I really liked the guy. It was J-Raw. I really liked him, and he was really nice to me. So I wanted to tell him myself, but then the owner goes and tells him, and then J-Raw's and then he acts like we told him that we had already said it to him. So what thinking back on it, where I really messed up is that I signed a contract to someone who was friends with J-Raw. The owner was friends with J-Raw. So yeah, and then he started saying he's going to threaten to sue me because he messed up and telling J-Raw and all this stuff. So it was a big mess, and it was it was over $50 a month at the time, which I spent all on Overwatch points.
Wait, you're at a $50 a month salary?
Yeah, $50 a month, and then I remember the first month I got salary, I spent $50 in Overwatch crates. It was such a dumb decision.
That was going to be a mean lawsuit in small claims court.
Yeah, man, yeah. They're gonna get all your Overwatch skins if they win that one.
He went even as far to make me ship back my Scuff controller that he got me. So that was how I got on the contract, was like shipping back a controller. So I guess it's
my goodness,
small funds over there to get afloat. But
wow,
that was
Matt. We should get an esports team, $50 a month. That would be amazing.
True.
We could rep the Saltcast.
We don't have enough people to sue.
Yeah. Oh man, that's insane. I had no idea. But yeah, you guys kind of were, like you said, underdogs, even with Moses when you joined, right? Everybody, the analysts kept on writing you off, and I remember you were just constantly trying to prove that you were actually good, and then obviously you made LAN against. I think, but weren't there's quite a few analysts predicting that wouldn't happen, and then you guys did it anyway? What was your perspective on that whole situation?
Well, I mean, I kind of agree with them. I was like, I was just happy to be in league play. And so the format was weird, it was 5 games, no matter what. You played a 5-game series, and you had to win as many as possible. So it was kind of a weird format looking back on it, because you could win a series, but it wouldn't matter if you got 0-5s in another one. But we made the playoffs, which was top 4, and I think we got 3rd. We beat Genesis in the 3rd place match. I was like, holy crap, we're in a good place to make LAN potentially, So then I actually can't believe we made a roster change. Looking back on it, I was ruthless back then. I was a mini K-Dop.
Wow. You were K-Dop before K-Dop even was in. He was in the 2nd split. K-Dop was in split 2 of RLCS for season 1, not split 1 though.
It's interesting. But who else is ruthless, roster ruthless back then? Pashy. I was going to say Pashy was the one that was really known. Pashy was like the godfather.
Pashy was making roster changes for other teams. He would see somebody else on a team. I remember Devo, Siki, K-Dop was a team. And then Pashy was teaming with who was it again? Was it Panda, Devo, and Siki? And then Pashy was with K-Dop and someone else. And then Skyline, I think. And then he somehow managed to persuade Devo and Panda to get him instead of Siki. And then Siki was like, well, I guess I have to join the team Pashy was on.
Wow.
He managed to get last minute persuade Pashy and Devo, or Panda and Devo to team with them. But then they actually came 2nd place. So, I mean, it worked well. People were always hating on Pashy for making all these brutal roster changes.
I don't think they would these days. I think these days people would understand it more, but back then it was more like we're all friends and
we're all friends. Why would you do that to my favorite player? But actually, he would go and win and do better than the teams that he's leaving behind. So it made sense. Really.
By the way, he's back. He's streaming again. I don't know if you saw that.
He grinds every day 5 hours. It's actually crazy to me.
Yeah, it's cool. We should have him on the pod.
More than most pro players.
We should definitely have him on the pod, Johnny.
Pashy 90. We need to get a Legends match, Pashy versus Marky.
We wanted to set that up. Yeah.
See who would take it.
We got to do it soon before they're too washed for it to be entertaining.
Yeah, true. Or I don't know, is Pashy too good right now for Marky? I'm sure if we told Marky that, he'd get grinding immediately.
That's exactly what I just said, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, that might happen soon. Who knows? Now, Garrett, your career is so insanely long and like full of different like lands and results and everything that we actually can't cover everything. We have to cherry pick, like because there's you've just done so much in Rocket League for over such a long time. So I wanted to skip to you joining Fireburner and Jacob, because after a couple of, I'd say, pretty successful seasons. I mean, you didn't have a greatest season 2 LAN with Exodus, but you individually played pretty well. I remember actually I was talking to I think it was your dad at that LAN. I was there just as Flipside manager and I had a chat with him. I was like, oh, you played great. I thought Garrett played really well, even though you guys came you got eliminated round 1. You were last at LAN 2.
We got 0 second gold on by Mock.
Yeah. Oh man, you were like your second equalizer, so you should have won upper bracket. Then you lost lowers as well. So I mean, I thought you guys played pretty well. So overall, it was a brutal format. So it was. I think you did pretty good. But you decided, was it just an offer came in from Fireburner Jacob, and you thought, okay, this is just, I have to take this, or what was going on there?
Well, sadly, I had already decided before the Worlds. I'm not gonna lie, because
really?
Well, we had. I guess it doesn't matter now. It was so long ago. I'm just gonna say it. We had such bad problems right after season 1, where someone really wanted to make a roster move, and I was like, I don't want to make a roster. Like, I didn't really want it. Was back then. It was like all you talked about was roster moves, because there was no contracts or anything like that. It was like oh, we lost something. Let's make a roster move. Like, no matter what. Like, and I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep Moses, and Turtle thought we should make a change, and I like half thought we should make a change, and actually the change would have been for Sizz. So
no way! Wow.
I'm just kidding. But so we finally bounced back and won a tournament with Moses. So we went into the season, but we had a bunch of problems. I was like really toxic back then. So like, I remember we were down 0-2 versus Classics, and I just didn't call in the rest of the series, but we somehow reverse swept. There's just a bunch of problems, and like I knew Energy wasn't happy. What's sad, because they were like, I think Fire was having the season of his life to hold on, and we were beating them in league play and stuff like that. And I honestly looked up the Fire. Like, I would have joined after season 1 if you asked me to, because he was just like, he was to me like the most consistent in the region, and like I felt like I could get a lot better if I teamed with him. So yeah, we had actually played an ESL like a month before Worlds, and we absolutely destroyed everybody. And what's crazy is the person who actually made it happen was a lot. Like, it wouldn't have happened without a lot, because
the Discord or the TS, right?
The TeamSpeak, because Fire and Jacob were like, they were too nice to make a move. Like, they wanted to, like, they knew they would get better if they made a move, but they were too afraid to. Like, a lot needed to instigate it for it to happen. And I mean, after Worlds, Orbit wasn't happy anyway, because they were paying us, top salary in the world, like online with the top salary, and we got last. Which they told us at the event that we were getting.
What kind of salary at that point in time were you getting?
$1,500 a month.
$1,500, nice.
Which was mind blowing. Went from 50 to 1,500. So
yeah,
decent percentage increase there.
Yeah,
good raise.
Did well.
They told us at the LAN that we were getting our salary decrease, so that was a good morale booster. Nice.
Wow.
I had no idea why they did that. And then they brought up, why don't you guys bring out the playbook? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, guys don't have a set of plays you guys can use after we lost the bracket. I was like, no. It was awful. It was so bad. But
that's so funny. Where's who brought the playbook? Do we have the playbook over here?
That's what he's saying.
The kickoff strats.
Yep. And Sizz was our sub trying to explain, like, dude, there's no playbook. And the guy, he was an old CS pro, so he was so confused about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this before or after he joined A Money?
Sizz? This was after.
That's after. Sizz was season 1 with A Money, right?
Mm-hmm. Sizz and Matt. And A Money. Yep.
He finally got out of A Money's shadow. It took a little while.
A Money was huge back then. I remember.
Yeah, he was.
One of the biggest streamers.
He was getting like 500 viewers and stuff, which was insane.
He was one of the first people to have like an angry mob chat that would like go everywhere and say he's the best player, and everybody's like, no, he's not. I mean, he's not. He wasn't terrible, obviously, but I mean, like, he clearly wasn't the best. But all of his chat was like, "Hey, Marty's the best."
Yeah.
I remember watching. Sizz was streaming with somebody else. He's like, I'm just so tired of being called like A Money's teammate instead of Sizz or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, that's quality. Right, again, we have to like skip to the next insane thing in your career because you Fireburner and Jacob were like consistently like pretty like top or top equal in NA for multiple seasons, but the results just didn't get to the level that you guys wanted, I suppose. But if like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Justin destroyed the rival series one season. He just absolutely annihilated the entire rival series, and then was it on quite short notice? You guys were just like, oh, we can just like get Justin on our team. Yeah, let's just do it. Like, did you have a lot of practice with him? Did you play with him a lot? Had you seen him play a lot, or were you just like, yeah, this guy's crazy good in the rival series. We have to get him.
So yeah, Justin knows this too, but Justin wasn't my first option that I wanted. So we had just, we honestly didn't mesh well. Like I love Jacob, but like we just didn't do well as teammates. Especially after we would lose or something, we didn't react the same to losses at all. But so I wanted JNAPs because I was like really close to JNAPs at the time. Like we would play a lot, we would talk a lot, and we had talked about teaming. Like I really wanted him to join me in Fire, and he did too. But JNAPs is someone who's like he's really chill, so he's not going to go like, oh, please let me go, please let he's just like, oh, if it happens, sure, he's just relaxed all the time. So we couldn't end up getting him. And yeah, Squishy actually is the one who was like, dude, you guys should get Justin. And I was like, what do you like? Who? And I looked at the rival series stats, and I was like,
I was wondering if you were going to say that the stats.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, what? And what is this? So I picked the guy up without even trying him out. We just picked him up.
Oh my god, it's even more fast than I thought. I heard somewhere that it was a fast like pickup. I didn't realize you'd just picked him up because you saw his like stats on Octane.gg.
Yeah.
Like this guy's double everybody's points per game.
Yeah, no, literally, it was ridiculous, and we really could not get like. It seemed like JNAPS was like okay with whatever happened, so he wasn't really like pushing it to happen. So I was like, you know what, let's just sign Justin. Let's just get him. Wow. And yeah, that's no trial or anything. Which honestly, I feel like almost every move I've made has never been a trial because I don't want to base 2 hours of scrims to be like, oh yeah, this will work, or no. Like it should be like a mindset, and is the guy good? Obviously,
the stats on Octane.gg, of course.
Yeah, are the stats good? Yeah.
What was the season? I'm trying to find it here. It was an early rival series season, I believe.
Second.
It was the first one. It was the first rival series season.
1 second. We do have a 5 gifted from the legend. That's What's Up, which is also a great screen name. So we are halfway to a SMUG player 3 reveal, or SMUG 3 player reveal. I don't know who player 3 is. I don't know what I'm saying there.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Thank you very much for the subbies. Johnny, did you figure out what season Justin popped off in?
It would have been RLRS season 1, but Octane GG is crashing. Hey, if I get the site to load, I'll let you guys know what Justin's stats were. Justin and iignite were 2 players who just annihilated the stats.
Oh, interesting.
In rival series, and then they got picked up by top teams, and did really well. Both won LANs. Obviously, Justin's still pro to this day. iignite retired, but yeah, it was legit. I mean, it worked. The stats based approach actually did the job because you guys had huge success with them. Everybody again was kind of doubting. Well, maybe not everybody, but there were a lot of people doubting that Justin would be able to do well at season 5 LAN because it was his first LAN, right? I believe.
Yeah, it was his first LAN. So yeah. I honestly didn't expect anything either, to be honest. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, I've been to 4 Worlds. I have so much experience. Obviously, I'm going to be. We have a lot of people have a big advantage. And I was like, nope. I think it actually helped him because he was so excited to play that he was grinding so hard. So yeah, he absolutely popped off. Unfortunately, didn't go the way we wanted, but got a moment out of it.
What was that like? I mean, I don't think many people will be able to relate to, or many people ever experience the emotional roller coaster that was the RLCS like season 5 grand final. With first of all, Dignitas came from lower bracket. They were coming back against you. They won the first series pretty easily. Then they were ahead in the second series, and then you guys came back to get it into game 7. There were some crazy goals for both teams. You had that nutty ceiling shot, I remember, in one of the games. But then, of course, the final game, the most scripted thing that has ever happened in all of Rocket League, one of the most scripted things in all of esports ever. And it would have been like the most like perfect ending. Everybody would agree if you guys had won the OT, but it didn't happen. What was the whole like? What's it like to live in that moment? I said this is like a question that I'm really annoyed with, and I hear it in interviews like, "Oh, what are your thoughts?" or how does that make you feel, or whatever. But actually, in this context, it must be so ridiculous. Like you guys had the 0-second equalizer, and then not long after you lost. Like, yeah, now that you've had a lot of time to think back on that and probably come to terms with exactly what happened. what would you say? How can you explain that to just us regular Rocket League players?
It's terrible. It's awful. I mean, especially at the time, I was really bad at balancing like Rocket League and other stuff. So Rocket League was like, I was obsessed with, wanting to win. Obviously I still am, but I was to a point where like if I lost, like I would get super sad, like even online or something, And now I'm better at balancing it or whatever. But it's terrible because you're in this moment where like it's either going to be the best moment of your entire career or the worst. So you're just kind of thinking about that. I don't think no one, even Turbo, 100% thinks about that in those times, like in those OTs and stuff. Like either this is gonna be terrible, or I'm about to explode in happiness or whatever.
Don't you think he's getting bored of it by now, though? It's just like 4 times, like oh.
Well, I mean, I thought so too, but the celebration's so quick. You're like, dang, I want to do that again.
Yeah.
Fair.
I did ask him that because I got a chance to do the interviews for season 8, where you guys won, and that was my question for Turbo. Is like, 4th time. Or I don't remember if I asked him in the interview, but I did ask him like what it was like compared to all the other times, and he says to me it was just as good. Like it was the same feeling every time. I heard him saying it to multiple people as well. Same feeling every time that he wins. So I guess that just never gets.
There's no
worse.
way. There's no way it ever gets boring. There's no way. It's like the best feeling ever. Like it's really weird. Like for me, every single LAN, obviously that I haven't won, but I've been to a lot of LAN, so you have the feeling of defeat. That's the end. Like that would always mark the end of my event. And then here I am, like I remember saying like it didn't feel like it was over because I hadn't lost yet. Like it was a weird feeling, like, oh, we're done? Like cool. Like we're just gonna end in, a good feeling. Awesome.
Just that bit doesn't come this time.
It seemed like from watching like the replay, like when Justin scores, you all seemed like you were in such disbelief that he scored, and that overtime started so fast, like right after that it just seemed like because like after he scores, Justin's like holding his head like he's like, oh my god. What is happening? Like it seemed like he was just like overwhelmed completely with the moment, and then overtime starts. You have no time to get ready, and like everybody's like, "Did we just score?" Still thinking about the last play. Would you say that's like a fair assessment, or did it really have nothing to do with it?
It was just weird. We'd been in the same moment before, so I remember telling Justin after, he was like, were you thinking the same thing I was? And I was like, yeah, that we're about to lose.
When you got the overtime goal, when Justin scored the overtime goal in season 5, you guys were like, oh no, I can't believe we lose like this. We're the worst way to lose.
What, in season 5?
Yeah. Sorry, I think Matt rewinded to season 5 because we jumped there.
We went to season 5. Oh, season okay. 5, I understand. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just confused. No, I was super confident. Like, in my head, though, I was like, holy crap, there's no way we lose this now because we just got so lucky. Like, it's meant to be. Like,
okay. So you were thinking it's a momentum change, basically, for
I was like, Turbo own gold. Like, we got a couple nutty goals, 0-second goal. Yeah, and then I was like, dude, this is it. Like, I was like screaming into the mic, like, let's effing go. Like, this is ours, whatever. And then, I bumped.
Then you and Fire drove into each other, and GG.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was possibly the worst ending that could have happened for this series of this magnitude. It was, I mean, the only redeeming factor is that Turbo did score the goal. So I suppose that that's kind of poetic after own goaling in the same game to score the winner. But man, the brutal. And I would probably not have even wanted to ask you about this had you not won a year and a half later in season 8. And we've got like now the full Garrett redemption arc going from that to season 8.
If I lost again, I don't know if I'd still be playing. I'm not included. I might have been all right. I'm coaching or something.
I'm a content creator now.
Yeah, that would have been bad if that happened twice.
I'm gonna go
so
play
between that, the one thing that really needs to be talked about, of course, is the Turbo acquisition, because you had lots of matches against Turbo, and you guys have known each other for years, and then eventually he ends up leaving Dignitas or getting benched from Dignitas. And you guys, again, was this just a situation of you're like, oh my goodness, Turbopolsa is available, right? Should we sign him, or what was the deal with him?
So yeah, so the Fireburner retirement thing was very like out of nowhere for me. Well, he had talked about it before previous seasons, but it was very like out of left field. Like I didn't think he would actually go through with it. Honestly, like I thought it was like he's sad right now, but in a couple weeks we'll be on
Quite
the
a few
grind
players do that. They say they talk about retirement, or they say that they're thinking of retiring, then they just don't. So it's quite normal.
It's not something easy to walk away from. That's why I was super surprised. But yeah, it was actually between a couple of players. And it was actually Torment at the time. Like Torment was very, very interested in joining us because they had their own stuff going on. And at first, like I was leaning towards that because he was in A, would have been easy. Easy. He doesn't have to move or whatever.
Yeah.
And so what really made, like, I obviously was super heavy considering Turbo as well, but it would have been harder with a move and you would have to get a visa or whatever.
The language barrier.
Yeah. Well, what kind?
His English is fine.
Well, it's all right sometimes. Sometimes he says something, messes up pretty interesting. But what really turned me towards Turbo was DreamHack Valencia. So I'm not gonna lie, my biggest problem with Turbo and like a lot of EU players, like even considering EU players, was that they had no grind. Like the grind mentality was not there. Obviously he's super confident, which it works out for him super well. But what really was
this is the best backhanded compliments to Turbo I've ever heard.
No.
Yeah, he thinks he's good, and it kind of works out for him.
No. Come on, don't twist it. Don't twist it. Don't twist it. That's not what I said at all. Come on. But no, Turbo had 100+ hours going into DreamHack Valencia. I was like, holy crap, this guy.
Right.
And obviously, I was best friends with Turbo. Like we talked every day. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it if he's ready. Like if he wants to grind, and he did. Like he was on the grind for a while, and he was nuts. He beat me, Fire, and Justin with Classics and Gabe.
Classics and Corrupted,
yeah. Which no offense to Classics and Gabe. I mean, we rarely lost to them. So,
they're really confident. It works out for them sometimes.
Come on, dude.
No, I can see what you mean though, because we talked to Turbo about on the podcast as well, and he said that this was like a big thing for him. Even though most people thought it was kind of like a meme team and nobody really cares what the results are, it was actually one of the like big wins in his career to beat you guys at Valencia and kind of prove himself, because he was carrying, which is something we didn't see too much of him from him on Dignitas, because they were such a well-rounded team. And then when he joined Classics and Corrupted, he was just standout. He was just by far the best player, and they did really well. But yeah, getting him on the team obviously you saw that and you thought, great, Turbo's on the grind. So he's ready to, probably stay on that grind if he joins us. Is that what ended up happening? Because initially the results did actually start coming. You won multiple events, won the LAN, looked like the top team in the world, pretty comfortably. So yeah, was that Turbo grind like still there? Was it the grind as a team like able to continue all the way through all that?
It was, and I wouldn't say like we were grinding insanely. Honestly, that was the season I played. Like I still played a lot, but it was the season where I started balancing stuff a lot more. So I actually was playing a bit less than I normally have. But that's
a great way of saying slacking. That's probably the best version of slacking I've ever heard of balancing. I like that.
Or not obsessing local level hours. But we were on the grind, and honestly, like everything just kind of worked out because NA had weirdly, like going into season 8, we were like, oh, there's Cloud9, G2, Peeps just want to land. There's Ghost, like, and then all of a sudden Cloud9 and G2 just can't hit the ball for some reason. And SSG wasn't that good yet. Like they were all right, but they weren't great. And then Peeps was like the hardest competition at the time. So we kind of just were steamrolling through NA. Like it wasn't something where we had to like improve or face any like adversity, I guess. But yeah, online it was very straightforward for us. Like we didn't have to really change anything. We barely see the thing about that season is we barely did any like VOD review. We didn't have to change anything because we were just winning off skill and we were just Turbo filled Fire's role really well. So there wasn't anything we really had to change. So it wasn't like we had to consistently improve or make big changes to adapt. And that's what ended up happening the season after, where that's where we faced a brick wall, like trying to change stuff. We just couldn't. Like it was really hard to improve. And it was really hard to get that mindset back after we started losing some. It was just a bad mentality. Like no one really wanted to play. It was not a good mindset for everybody. So
was there, I mean, whenever I was watching and seeing your guys' stage reactions at events with Turbo, you seem to be laughing a lot more, and Justin seemed to be laughing a lot more, and you guys just as a whole seem to be a lot more jovial. And I guess it might be to do with the lack of pressure because you'd won a LAN now, so the pressure was off. You didn't need to win a LAN to show everybody that you could. But yeah, what was the team dynamic in games with Turbo, who has a bit of a reputation for being, sometimes unintentionally, but often just the way that he is, he's just funny in comms. Did that come into pro games as well?
Oh yeah, it's super. That is, I think, Turbo's biggest asset is, if everyone's in a good mood and stuff, he's just gonna make you feel like confident because you're in this world's final and he's just like, what's up? Whatever, we're gonna win. Like it's not a big deal to him. And we had come from a mindset of like, all right, let's say the super serious, focus, So yeah, he has a lot of like, he own goals and it's funny, like it's not like, oh my god, it's embarrassing.
No, we would see constantly like he'd miss a flick and then accidentally demo the goalkeeper and the ball would roll in and you guys would just be laughing hysterically on stage as you just destroy a top team at the same time. It was really quite something to behold. But obviously, there's a bit of a meme there, the Turbo, flicks and own goals and stuff. But how much is that a reality? Does that go on behind the scenes as well? Are you scrimming and there's just like all these ridiculous things happening?
Oh yeah, scrims are worse. Scrims are bad. Back then there was like one own goal a day or like bumping each other and stuff. Scrims were funny. Like yeah, it's real. Like it's worse than scrims. It's definitely for real.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
My God! What just happened? How many?
50.
50?
50 gifted.
50 gifted. Pearl NJL. I think you're a psychopath, probably. What is this? What is going on?
Is that SMUG 3 reveal? A little intermission.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, holy cow. Johnny, get ready. You're gonna have to be the one to do this. So we have hit the sub goal of 20. We're at 54. So that's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. Thank you very much, Pearl.
So okay, matchup reveal for SMUG 3, which is happening in just 5 days' time. By the way, for anybody.
That's right. Next Monday.
Next Monday. It's not a Wednesday this time because we've got grid 4 days of RLCSX next week. It's packed RLCSX week. But you guys are going to be pretty excited for this one, I think. We've got V1's brand new player Com going up against 1v1 and streaming legend Sharif. Two players who have played a ton of 1v1 show matches in the past year and a half, but somehow they've never played against each other. This will be the first time that they've ever played, which I'm really excited for. Two of my favorite players to cast. So yeah, hopefully you guys are excited about that one as well.
That is super duper generous of you, Pearl. Appreciate it. You've earned yourself some VIP status. Thank you very, very much. And chat, there you go. You have it. You know more about what's happening in 5 days. And it's going to be
right. Look out in the next couple of days for the matchup trailer on Twitter.
Yeah.
The video editors are killing it as usual.
Yep.
But okay, so we've actually covered how much of Garrett's career. That was pretty good.
We're up to Turbo. I'm curious how do you still well, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here on the list of things. Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, that's all good. But yeah, the one there was a couple of other things. There's not really too much to talk about in the COVID era related to results because stuff outside of LANs people don't care as much about. But you do have, of course, your current team with Squishy instead of Turbo. So when that happened, I think some people were surprised, Turbo getting removed from the team for Squishy. Some comments and replies and, just commentaries on this move really confused me, though, because people were underestimating, in my opinion, the NRG Squishy acquisition so much just because Squishy didn't do very well. Or rather, Squishy's previous team wasn't doing very well. But from what I could see, I was like, oh, that's a super team. Like, what on earth? That's crazy. Because although Turbo, like you said, might be able to bring the in-game comms and the mentality up a lot and really just keep everybody calm under those high pressure situations, in the online Rocket League world that we're currently in, that kind of loses its value somewhat in favor of just someone who's better mechanically. I don't think anybody would argue that Squishy's mechanics are better or not better than Turbo's. So yeah, what was your perspective on that whole change, and maybe as well on the weird, in my opinion, weird community response, Garrett?
Yeah, the response was it was a hard move. I mean, to even go through with. I kept trying to like delay it, and it was something where I had heard about, oh, this is going to be the biggest season yet, but it's going to be online. And a big thing for me was that we weren't able to get that focus and mentality back with it being online. And for me, it was like, it felt like we needed to make a move to keep up at the top. Like we were getting barely top 8 and stuff. I think that whole season, I don't think we beat a single team confidently. I mean, even we went Game 5 Sonics, lost to Ghost, lost to C9, lost. It was a bad 6 months, and the mentality wouldn't get better. We had multiple team talks, and it wasn't just Turbo's fault. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was just a whole team environment thing, and on top with not having not being able to grind and stuff like that. We just it felt time.
And your roommates at the time, right?
I had left in April
Oh,
to go home because there was no LAN, so I was like, I'm just gonna go home.
Okay.
Yeah, Squishy became available, and I've always talked to Squishy about stuff. We've always been very open with each other, so we were close friends, and Justin and Squishy came up together playing on PS4. And yeah, you can't lie either. Like an org like Energy is going to see Squishy's brand as well. I mean, that's just another plus for them. So
yeah,
I mean, it's a business for them too. So obviously, that's not the only thing that's going to make a decision like that. But it's definitely going to help. An owner is going to see that brand and be excited about that. And I think it's been a good move for them. Content
of course. Yeah, most popular team now compared to before. It was probably G2, Cloud9, who were the most popular teams usually, and you guys were just third because they had Squishy and Rizzo on their teams. It's the
we had no
creators.
Justin was our biggest.
You guys are only winning tournaments. Come on.
That doesn't get you anywhere.
People aren't fans of that, Jake. That's not what gets you fans, really.
I mean, sadly, kind of true a little bit. But yeah, for me, it was like, this is the biggest season yet, and things aren't looking good, and we all just were unhappy. And truthfully, I remember telling us I know Turbo is going to be good on our team. We said that we know it's going to be a struggle versus Turbo. And people are like, I see the meme comments like, oh, Energy, wants Turbo back, whatever. I feel like the move worked out well for him. I mean,
it worked out pretty well for Turbo.
I think he just works better with them. I mean, they're just more naturally more relaxed team. Like if you listen to their comms, they're like, a bit more like low key about it. And we just weren't like that. And I love Turbo to death. We still talk to each other and stuff. We're still best friends. It was a really hard move for me to go through with. I'm not gonna lie. We had a Discord call with them because I wanted to be there, and I had to leave because I was tearing up. Like it was very emotional for me. Like I've been best friends with him since 2016, 2017 or whatever. So it was a hard thing to go through with, but I'm glad it worked out for him. Honestly, like I'm not just trying to make appearances when I say that on Twitter or whatever. I was worried a little bit that like he would be left behind or something, or just get screwed over by someone immature, not just. I don't know.
Yeah, stuff can happen. It was late enough that he could have maybe just ended up on no team or a team that
that's what I was worried about.
What he should have deserved, but yeah, he ended up on like a top team and managed to elevate them, or they elevated with Turbo joining. Won their first event together. Now they're top of RLCS X points. Do you see them as your number one rivals these days, or is it still SSG with that record against them?
I see Envy as a lot bigger of a rival. Space Station's beat us a lot, which I think a majority of was in the first kind of regional area. We played them like 6 weeks in a row in the grid and stuff when they were clearly better than us. So I feel like that really took our record down a lot. But I think Envy is our bigger rival just because we trade back and forth so much, and the whole storyline and everything with Turbo being old teammate and stuff. So yeah, I'd say Envy's a bigger rival for us, even though even though Space Station I think has our number a little bit more. Like we beat Envy consistently as well. But I don't see them as much as a rival as much as someone we just struggle with, I guess, if that makes sense.
Is it different to play against past teammates like Turbo? Do you just have like is it more on the line, or is it, you said that you don't have any hard feelings towards Turbo, of course. Does that mean that you're kind of like, you see him scoring against you, you're like, yeah, you go Turbo. Good
No,
shot.
no.
Nice
No,
mechanics.
no.
buddy. I'm so proud.
No. At first, it was a big deal because, it's like you really don't want to lose to your old teammate, and we did the first time we played them, Game 7 OT. But no, we played each other so much in this format that now it's just not something I think about because I want to say we played them over 15 times. I mean, I don't think that's a bad number. It's probably around there.
Like I've lost count of all the matches.
So all the the weird feelings towards that has kind of disappeared just because of that. Honestly, it'll probably come back on LAN if we play each other. I would think, that feeling will probably come back. But now we played each other so much.
Do you think his game is elevated now compared to when he was with you?
I think so, definitely. He's been mechanically good recently, really good in my opinion. He's really fast. Like, like I would go up expecting like, okay, Turbo's probably going to 50 this, or no, he's being mechanical. Like he's going for double taps. He's going for like these weird flip resets and stuff. So yeah, I think he's improved a lot.
Do you think do you think he's better than you now?
I don't know. No, obviously not. No, I got some confidence.
Oh, really? Really? Would you do like a 1v1 or something to like back that up? Like maybe,
no, I would not do 1v1
maybe like $1,000 or
no. For some reason, Turbo's way he plays ones, I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not pulling another AJ.
Have you played him when you were teammates or something?
So when it was me, Justin, Turbo, when we would 1v1 each other, Turbo would beat me, I would beat Justin, and Justin would beat Turbo every time.
Really?
No matter what. Yeah, it was weird. It was like we countered each other or something. Like I would always beat Justin.
What would Turbo do?
Turbo.
What would his
nothing? He just does nothing. That's the problem with me. Like he's just not doing anything, and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, like why would you not go for that or something? And and then he's just, you hear him giggling in the background. It's just the whole mental thing, I guess. I can't do it in ones versus him.
That's hilarious. But you have been playing a bit more ones. Maybe I don't know if you've been playing much recently, but I saw you were grinding ones, getting up there in the leaderboard preseason, and been posting some YouTube videos. You're looking very good. I've been seeing a lot of because I remember I found some replays of you. And I was like, oh, these are really cool. I'm going to cast these for YouTube. And all the YouTube comments were like, whoa, Garrett's looking clean in 1v1. Like the movement is really good. And you're just consistent.
Well,
my YouTube comments are savage usually, so they were like, "Whoa, Garrett's insane. He's a ones main." But what's the whole idea for you playing ranked ones been?
I haven't been like super. I don't play them a bunch lately, but after was it Fusion? Fusion,
yeah,
right?
Fusion.
I just wanted to get better at them because I was like, I'm a pro. I should at least be okay at them. And I think I improved in threes because of it, just with being able to take opportunities and control the ball better. But I was just so bad at him. I was like, geez, this is bad. Yeah. I felt like I wasn't a pro when I played ones. So I just started playing him a little bit. And I don't want to say I figured him out. Like I still would probably lose to a lot of top NA players.
Not Turbo though, right?
Yeah. No, not Turbo. I'd beat Turbo.
Yeah. And you'd take home $1,000.
Huh. Interesting.
How interesting does that sound? See, I just wanted to make sure you understood the full offer here, Garrett. The full offer.
I guess there's an offer now.
You get to. I mean, we could do it right now. We can just make it official. You just no. I don't mean play right now.
No.
We just we clip this and we send it to Turbo. You say, "Hey, Turbo, former teammate, I kicked you. Now I'm going to take you down in 1v1 and steal $1,000 from you."
Oh, no. I mean, I'm just trying to think about it. I mean, what do you get if you lose? I'm just curious.
250, baby.
That was the Jesse solution.
We're going to pay you for your time.
Yeah. Jesse called up K-Dop and then he said, "Hey, K-Dop, look, $250 for you, buddy."
Really? That's what got him?
I made he called him out on a previous Saltcast episode that we did. He called out K-Dop for a 1v1. He said K-Dop's not very good at Rocket League or something to that effect, and he's only won 4 Champions Leagues. I can't remember exactly what he said. Yeah. But then we clipped that, and for Twitter, Jesse replied, "At K-Dop's free $250 for you."
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, it was hype. But that was like
Yeah.
I thought he was going to win, to be honest. I thought Jesse was going to win.
Same, yeah, I
After
predicted
watching
Jesse
a little bit, I was like, Jesse might actually take this. Just like I thought Sizz was going to win too, and then he just kept blundering
my.
it. So,
It was
but,
the funniest.
yeah,
Honestly,
that'd
they
be
were the
funny.
funniest series. I mean, the series where people are just calling it, they're talking the most trash. They are just better. So,
Yeah.
like that's
definitely.
I guess the hint there, Garrett.
Sorry for pushing really hard here, but chat the whole time has been like Garrett versus Turbo Smug, make him do it. And
you can stream it, you can record it. K-Dop hit a viewer record streaming his Smug 1v1.
That's true.
Jesse hit a viewer record.
He streamed it? I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I'll have to talk to Turbo
Take
about
a
it.
guess, Garrett.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. You don't talk to Turbo.
How many views do you think K-Dop got in his Smug 1v1 of Jesse on his Twitch?
20,000.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
You made it sound really bad. He's just not as much.
Well, he gets when he plays with Guitar guy, he's over like 10K. So I'm like, K-Dop gets big numbers.
11K for Twitch rivals, but yet 17,000 for
That's still
1v1
insane.
against Jesse. And
Yeah,
Jesse
that's
was
still
peaking
insane.
over 5K. It was like the combined was 53,000, I think. It was absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this for a 1v1.
That's an insane amount for Rocket League too. For an individual streamer, that's a lot.
Oh yeah, massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge. It's like when one of those like actual massive streamers plays Rocket League, you're like, oh, somebody has 17,000 viewers playing Rocket League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be you, Garrett. Could be you with the big 17K. Just run that ad. The end of the
run that ad. That's
just between game ad. Just
it sounds nice. I'm not gonna pull it. I can't do a pull of Jesse though. I can't call him out. I can't do it. I got to talk to him. There's no way.
But you're saying that if Turbo comes to you and he's like, "This sounds like a good idea," you're in.
Why do you want me to commit to something? It feels like if he wants to do it, I would do it.
Why would I not watch? Okay, great.
I would do it if he commit. Yeah, $250 for like an hour. Heck yeah, I'm taking that. What do you mean?
If you guys are wondering at all at this point what I bring to this relationship with Johnny, if you're wondering at all, now you know.
There you go.
Now you know.
Garrett versus Turbo.
I have PTSD after the AJ video, dude. I just can't.
Oh my, yeah. What
was
led
so
to
bad.
that? What led to that? You were in Twitch chat and you saw AJ clapping someone. I don't remember who, and you were like, I could beat this guy. Easy.
I thought it was obvious I was memeing. I'm just terrible at the ones at the time. And then for like a year, I'm getting comments like, "Holy crap, you suck." AJ destroyed you. Like, I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously just like you were memeing about it, and then
I was trying to win. I wasn't like throwing.
Made some content for Twitch. Everybody was loving it. But yeah, you're still getting memed about it to this day. That's crazy.
Yes, people bring it up. People still bring it up. I can't believe it. I mean, it was worth it. It's funny to me, but I just can't believe people still bring it up. I honestly, I just don't want to read those YouTube comments. It's probably bad.
AJ is just incredibly good at ones as well. So it's
there's
no shame in losing to him. No shame in losing to him. Honestly, it's like there's no shame in losing to any top ones player. And the thing about ones is styles make the matchup a lot of times. Like, true. Just because one person beat another person doesn't mean they match up well against them. I don't know. I mean, any of the top ones players, it's like it's definitely okay. Yeah. It's okay to lose to them.
That was me, Justin, and Turbo. I felt like it was just all play styles versus each other. I've played AJ since then in ranked. I think I actually took a win, but he got mad because I was just saving. I was pulling a Lion Blaze on him. I was just saving the shot to open net. Yeah, first killer is the one that I was like, oh, this sucks. Playing him in ranked. I almost beat him, but I don't know. I don't think it was full him full sweat money match or anything. But I almost beat him. But yeah, he's annoying because he just
first killer is ridiculous.
He has no fear the whole time. Yeah, it's really annoying.
Because he was like 12 years old playing on Johnny's stream. He was forged in the fires. The funny
thing about first killer is he played his first few series like he won I think 3 in a row. And everybody was like, whoa, this guy's the next scrub killer because he's 12 and he's insane. But then he actually lost 7 series in a row, including like the most insane loss that I've ever seen against a Brazilian player called Firewall154, who's now a Rocket League YouTuber. He had the craziest comeback win against First Killer that I've probably ever seen. 0-second equalizer with a full pitch dribble in game 5. And then in overtime, he pulled shot in First Killer into saving his own shot and scored on the counterattack to win. I had never seen anything like it. So First Killer actually, he went through like a bunch of losses, but he was like, "Nah, I'm going to keep grinding." And then he went on the craziest like 17 or 18 win streak I've ever, or series win streak. So he had both actually. Losing a pile of 1v1 series is actually it's something that a lot of the very top ones guys have done, and managed to come out of that and then improve. I guess the same thing happens in threes, but to a lesser degree because there's a little bit more.
You can blame people. You can blame your teammates.
That's true. Yes, on the blame.
There's a little bit
Firewall's
less
huge.
throw potential. Yeah, Firewall's a massive YouTuber these days.
That's insane.
Firewall 154. Back then, he was just getting started when he played First Killer. But yeah, I would recommend that if people are a fan of 1v1 show matches and you just recently became a fan and you want to go back and watch an old show match. This is over 3 years ago. Firewall 154 versus First Killer. You will not regret it. I don't usually clickbait Rocket League video titles. I'm usually quite just honest with them. And this one I am as well, but I called it most tense 1v1 series in Rocket League history. I'm not joking. It is actually that. It is that accurate. So yeah, that's one to look at if you're interested in ones. But yeah, Matt, I think we better get on to. Oh, it's still called. I almost said it.
We're gonna go to the Widechamp Round, folks.
Widechamp Round.
Widechamp Round.
Almost
Garrett.
said it wrong.
Yeah. You don't have to worry that much. I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions. You're gonna answer them. It's pretty chill.
Oh, okay.
It's very much like the interview part of the show. It's just more specific questions. So we call this the Widechamp Round. We're gonna go through some favorites here. What's your favorite car that you do not main?
Can you main 2 cars?
I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, you can. Yeah, if you main 2 cars, like you have Octane Fennec, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
both.
so I guess another car besides those.
Probably Batmobile, to be honest. I like Batmobile. Really? I used to use it a little bit. Yeah, I use it in a few league play matches, but I just don't like Dominus, so I can't say Dominus. No Dominus.
Yeah, I'm not a Dominus fan myself either.
No,
I've been too much. Every time I think Dominus, all I see is my Dominus teammate in rank doing something stupid in my head. Like it's just
every time.
So. Every time. The no brain Dominus players. There's probably a lot of them listening and watching, so you know who you are.
Favorite decal?
Favorite decal? Bubbly.
Bubbly. Oh,
I don't use it anymore, but like I used it so much back then. I don't know. I just liked it a lot. That's what came to mind first. So.
That's cool.
I think Jesse uses it, doesn't he? Still.
I think so. I think he does. Yeah.
It's a nice one.
Favorite boost, but not alpha.
Not alpha boost. White Tachyon.
Ooh,
when those were popular, those were nice. Those were nice. K-Dop kind of brought them into the light back then, season 3, and then everyone started using them. They were so nice. Like every single colored Tachyon, painted Tachyon looks so good. But I just can't use it over alpha boost. So
excellent. Favorite wheels.
Favorite wheels. I guess I don't know. I don't want to give a boring answer, but just Cristiano's. I guess I almost said OEMs, honestly. But no, I'll go Cristiano's. I can't do I don't know why, but I can't do I see someone saying white apexes. I can't do those. They're too flashy for me. It's just I stare at them the whole time if I use those.
Yeah.
It's weird. Cristianos are so popular, but I remember when I first Cristianos had just come out in the game when I started playing. And my friends were so excited to get this new DLC, the Dominus DLC. Little did we know, oh boy, what a disaster that was. But yeah, we took a look at the wheels. We're like, what are these? They look so bad. They were boring. We all went back to some ridiculous wheels that we're using.
I never used them either.
The pros ended up using.
That's the only reason I used them is because of Weedham Girls and stuff. That's the only reason I ended up using them.
Yeah, there was the TS, the Weedham Girls, the TS. They all had Cristiano wheels. It's crazy.
Favorite creator code?
GarrettG. There you go.
Oh, chat, you heard it here. GarrettG, favorite creator code.
I like that question.
Yeah, that's not even on the. That's not even on the thing here. I'm just.
Oh, perfect.
I'm trying to butter you up to get you into SMUG, whatever.
Edition.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so we play a game on this podcast called Team Demo Ranked. I don't know if you've ever played Marry Fuck Kill or heard of Marry Fuck Kill, where it's you say 3 people and We do that with Rocket League. So team, demo, and then rank. So we'll give you a team name. You say who you would want to team with. So that's a long-term commitment. You're actually playing on a team with them. You say who you want to demo, and you say who you would play ranked with, which is just non-committal, just fun, go mess around and rank. And the reason I called you the king of this game earlier is because literally every single episode we have done this, and we said team demo ranked, NRG. Every time people are like, team GarrettG. Every single person has answered that. No one else. Fairy Peak is in a close second. One time somebody chose.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Somebody chose
somebody said K-Dop, yeah.
K-Dop over top of Fairy, but most of the time it's Fairy.
Okay.
But yeah, so here we go. Team demo ranked. Vitality.
Team Fairy Peak.
There he is.
Typical. The Kings meet.
Yeah. I gotta do Fairy.
You guys
I
need a
love
team
Fairy
together. Everybody wants to team with you. Maybe you guys.
Dude, I love Fairy. Yeah. Fairy's, I don't know. He's I watch him a lot. I like watching
You played
him,
a bunch
even
with
though I
him,
can't
or you
understand.
played with him before?
I've played a couple times with him. It's kind of weird. I was nervous. It was actually a couple months ago I played. I don't know. I really like Fairy. I don't know why. It's like his play style and everything. Yeah, and he's a super nice guy. I'd probably demo alpha and play ranked with K-Dop because that'd be funny.
Some people say that they would demo K-Dop. Like most people have gone demo alpha on Vitality, but some people say I would demo K-Dop just to watch it while he's streaming.
Okay.
It's another.
That's a clever answer. Yeah, that's a clever one.
What about current best team in EU, BDS?
I'd probably team extra. Demo Mark because I've just never talked to him or I'm not familiar with him to be honest. And then play ranked with Monkey Moon because he's number one.
He's pretty good at ranked.
I wouldn't lose that many.
Well, before we move on to the next one, on the BDS topic, what's your one take on the whole BDS versus NA Twitter war?
I think BDS is the best team in the world, but I think the style NA plays online would really disrupt EU because it's so terrible. It's so like random, and you'll just randomly have these teams popping off. And I don't know. I think EU is still going to be more solid on LAN though. I think that's the case for me. But I think out of the top 4 NA teams, I think it's likely like someone in NA pops off and could win. But I think EU would place way more consistently, I guess, if that makes sense. But I think BDS is the best team in the world for sure. Definitely. Especially after last weekend. Ruthless just jinxed the whole region. It's over now. He just jinxed the entire region. Everything was smooth sailing before that. And then he decides to speak for the entire region, and now it's awful.
Wow. Maybe you should demo him. SSG.
Demo Reddles. Team probably Sipical and play ranked with Arsenal. Arsenal's funny. So.
Yeah, Arsenal. I watched one of his videos today of him playing 6-mans with First Killer and Turbo. Absolutely hilarious. Got to give Arsenal's YouTube a shout out again. Also got to give Garrett's YouTube a shout out. The NRG editor coming in clutch for you as well.
He's the best. I've been posting a little bit. I'm trying at least. I'm famously not consistent, but trying.
Does he pull videos from your streams, or does he make videos out of your streams at all?
No, so I just I don't do stream highlights because they don't. Well, for one, DMCA. Oh, well, I guess it's not a problem now. But I just like doing like solo commentary, or I've been doing a lot with Rizzo. Like we're doing a road to Supersonic Legend. I'll just record and upload it for him, and then he'll do the few edits and make a nice thumbnail. And he helps a lot. I don't think I'd be doing it that much without him. So
speaking of Rizzo, team demo ranked G2.
Oh, this is a hard one. Team Chicago for sure. I think I'd pick Chicago.
Even after today.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of mad now. No, I team with Chicago 100%. I like Chicago a lot. I guess I'm gonna have to demo JNaps because I want to play ranked with Rizzo, but I love JNaps too. That's the problem. I'd want to team with JNaps.
You want to continue the YouTube series with Rizzo, which can't.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't end that. I can't demo Rizzo.
How times have changed from trying to pick up JNaps back in the day to now demoing him today. It's
well, he egoed me.
He egoed you.
He ended it there. I'm just kidding.
Chat, are there any other teams you want to get team demo rank going on? Anybody else?
Team demo rank NRG, are you serious?
No.
Goodness sake.
Team demo ranked Rogue. That's a good one.
Rogue? I would probably team First Killer, demo Turn and ranked Taroko because Taroko's a ranked grinder. So
makes sense.
Yeah, First Killer's good. So I would definitely. I'd definitely.
First Killer's pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right.
Good player. He's all right.
He's all right.
Cool. Well, I think
everybody wants Envy, but I don't think that one makes a lot of sense. I mean, he literally did team with Turbo before, so
Yeah.
like, it makes it a bit harder when you have fast teammates.
We usually avoid the run back. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not that.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Last one. Team demo ranked Jesse eSports, which was Jesse, Jorias, and Violent Panda. Right? Was that what it was?
No,
wait.
It was Yukio.
Jesse, Jorias, and Yukio.
Yeah.
Jesse, Jorias, and Yukio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they beat Vitality in the grade 1 week. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I saw that Jesse had like 20 points in the last game or something.
Yeah.
I'm teaming with Jesse. If I'm going out with a bang, I guess if I want to, end my career. I'll demo Yukio and play right into Jorias.
Okay. Nice.
I like that.
Yeah,
Jesse. You gotta actually
Jesse.
team with Jesse. You gotta collab with Jesse. I think a lot of people would want to see that.
All right, yeah.
Jesse.
Jesse's hilarious. I love Jesse.
Yeah. He definitely is. Yeah.
Do you think the bang that you're going out with is that when you guys hit the bottom of the
yeah, it's when we're going all the way down and
it's where they
out of the Supersonic Legend.
Smash the desk.
Wow.
That's what it would be.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Garrett, for joining us. This was awesome. Lots of great info, and it was good hearing the backstory. We're gonna let you get to your scrims. Go get ready for your scrims. Have a little bit of break before you do that.
Yeah, good luck in the grid, which is starting in 1 hour 36 minutes.
1 hour and 36 minutes. We'll be there as well. Chat. So you know what to do.
Side of the bracket. See you in the finals. No, probably not with how Rettles has cursed himself recently, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I love talking about Rocket League. Yeah. Check out my YouTube. I got to plug it. I'm a full YouTuber now.
Let's get that link going here. Hold on 1 second. Grim, can you post the link to Garrett's YouTube?
He's the road to 100k subs right now. Absolutely. Speed running 100k.
Oh,
trying to hit it before my birthday, which is I got a couple months. So, February 6th. So I've got 2 months.
Oh, you're easy. No,
yeah, as long as I keep uploading.
13,000 subscribers past 30 days. This guy's, man, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but
I found it.
I'll give credit. I'll give credit to everyone else popping off for the Rocket League YouTube.
Yeah, Rocket League YouTube's doing very well right now.
Yeah, it's freaking out.
You really got to make the casual content though, because you got to remember a lot of the people who are new viewers to Rocket League YouTube have played a grand total of like 10 hours of the game, so it's got to be as appealing to them as possible to hit those kind of numbers.
For sure.
Cool. Yeah. All right, you guys see the link. Go sub to Garrett's YouTube. It will be worth it. All right, guys, I'm going to do the outro. Thank you again.
Later, everybody.
Later.
That's going to do it for the GarrettG episode. Saltcasters, hope you enjoyed that. If you liked that episode and you haven't seen it yet, check out the episode with Extra from Team BDS. I feel like him and Garrett play similar roles on their teams, and Team BDS is having an incredible season right now. Last split and this split, they're just continuing to dominate. So check that out. Appreciate you enjoying the show. Let us know who you'd like to see on the show in the comments below.